tuned from Weslaco, Texas. This is Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field. Along with Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison, a KWES production. And tonight, non-district high school football. It is the Weslaco Panthers, the host team. They're in 32-6A. Roy Stroman in his 5th season. And again, they're undefeated. But on the other hand, Edinburgh Bobcats, they're 0-2. And they are coached by Rene Guzman. It's his 3rd season. They are in 31-6A. Both teams went to the playoffs last year. As a matter of fact, Weslaco made the 2nd round after defeating Edinburgh by the score of 16-13 in overtime. Also beating them during the regular season, 21-3. But again, this is the 3rd time they've met in 2 seasons, and that can be very dangerous when you're meeting a team for a 3rd time in a short period of time, right, Football Fred?
Yeah, so you're saying they know each other, and you're saying that they might be out for a little bit of payback this evening? Yeah,
and Coach Stroman already knows that. He mentioned to us that during the pregame talk we had with him.
Yeah, you know, it is true. You remember, they lost a lot of seniors Edinburgh High did. But those guys that are back, the key players anyways for Edinburgh High, are back, and they are not going to forget. Let's see if that plays a role tonight.
And of course, we see that Weslaco, they have their home uniforms, a purple with white, and they are getting ready to kick off. It is going to be Frankie Trevino, and they've got some good players back there trying to get the ball and advance it for Edinburgh.
Right, there's a couple of guys that are up to no good, and I mean that sincerely. These 2 guys are probably the top players on this team, one being Ryan Abrigo, and they have a couple of other guys that like to mix around. Coach didn't want to talk too much about it. It doesn't matter because the up man is going to call for a fair catch.
Right, so it's going to start at about the 28-yard line, and let us see what Weslaco's going to have for defense tonight.
Fabian Martinez,
Matthew Garza,
Darren Hanks, Dame Castillo, Mateo Gomez, Joshua Rivera, Ryan Gonzalez,
Noah Casa, Devin Silva, Chris Luna,
Bo Quet.
Mental health and well-being begins with Dr. Daniel Lozano, former athlete and proud alum of Weslaco ISD.
Number 3, JT Santa Maria is a quarterback. He's rushed for over 100 yards in both games this season. And, of course, he has a top running back, Ryan Abrego, and he has also rushed for over 100 yards in both games. As a matter of fact, had a 78-yard carry last week. But it's going to be a pass to start things out, and it's going to go down to about the 40-yard line.
And it's intercepted.
And it's intercepted. What a great start for Weslaco. You see Coach Stroman, he's happy. Yes! We got off to the start we wanted to.
Well, they wanted to wait. They wanted to see what the formation Weslaco's going to line up it. And they saw it coming 5. So they're bringing 5 guys. We're going to go out there one-on-one. But they forgot. They got this young man out there at number 19. We talked about him, Chris Luna. We've been impressed with his play. Just a sophomore. And he is all of a sudden become a starter on this defense.
Jude Vega, the intended receiver, he has their only touchdown reception of the year. Also had over 100 yards in receptions the first game. And we start off with a running play, and it's Eli Rodriguez. Remember, he had 4 touchdowns, over 160 yards in the opening game, which was a shutout of Mercedes, 34-0. And that first run's going to go about 6 yards.
So I don't play much chess, but I play checkers. And so therefore, when you play checkers, the young man who picked that off, promising future for that young man right there. First interception here of the campaign here for the Panthers.
And of course, Andy Sepulveda at quarterback. He threw for a couple touchdowns, rushed for 1 last week. And there goes Eli Rodriguez once again. He is going to get over the 50-yard line, going to get down to about the 37. So a nice run on that play. Got about 10, 13 yards.
Yeah, I was talking about checkers before that interception happened. But the fact is, you see the running play here. It's going to be back and forth. The adjustments on Coach Guzman and his defense and the offense with Coach Stroman. We'll see how that turns out.
Officially 17-yard gain, 1st and 10. And this is going to be a pass play, and it's going to be good. It's going to get down to about the 32-yard line, and it will be a gain of 6 on the play. The receiver, Frankie Trevino.
Yeah, I believe he is wide receiver 1, if there was such a thing as receiver 1. That's the guy that Andy wants to get there. Hurry up offense for the Panthers now.
This will be a passing play to Trevino again. He is going to get the first down as he picks up about 5 yards down to the 25-yard line. Weslaco moving toward the north end zone away from the scoreboard.
Yeah, and they know that. As the Bobcats, what do? They bring up their top defensive back, Nick Gonzalez, going up against Frankie. They're one-on-one. Spreading them out. Let him go to work here.
Gonzalez had 6 interceptions last year. He already has 3 this season and also has deflected a couple passes. Very dangerous on defense. And once again, play action pass. Going to go over to the right side. And this play is going to pick up about 13 yards. Nice reception on that play by, is it Justin Elizondo?
Justin Elizondo, right.
Okay.
We were on the field when he was, and I told you, he's watch him. He's your Julian Edelman, if you would, of the offense.
Yes.
He knows where to be at all times.
Ball is down at the 11-yard line. And this time it is going to go to Rodriguez. He will get down to the 5. So nice play, gain of 7, second, and it will be a chance for a first down if they get it to the 2.
Right, moving quickly here, up-tempo by the Panthers.
This time Rodriguez has it, and he is going to go into the end zone, bounces off of one tackler, so he goes 7 yards for the score, 9:21. We haven't even played 3 minutes yet, and already Weslaco is up 6-0.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Panthers wanted to do. They didn't know they were going to throw it on the first play, but watch Eli bounce off tackles. You know, he's not the biggest guy. When you see him, you figure, hey, I'm just going to go high and knock him down. You can't do that against him. You have to go low. The kick is up, and it is good. So that's a touchdown, an extra point there by the Panthers.
And with 9:21 remaining in the first quarter, it is 7-0 Weslaco over Edinburgh. This is a KWES production. So we see Eli Rodriguez with his 5th touchdown rushing of the season. Had 4 in the first game of the year and now adds another one tonight.
Right, so remember, we said the no-fly zone, all these defensive backs, and we said, we were talking to Coach Zamora and Coach Morales, and we were saying they're going to be the no-fly coaches, right? And you saw it there. Now, by the way, when you're on defense, you have to remember a couple of things. On the opposite side, you have Ryan Gonzalez, who's the shutdown corner, known as the, hey, you put your best receiver, you put him on him. On the opposite side, they're so deep the Panthers are. They're starting a young sophomore with an interception in Chris Luna. The talent is there. Talked to Coach about it, and he said, look, the future for this young player is so bright.
He can even play some offense. Might be a future quarterback,
That's right. That's right. He's that talented, and just keep that in mind. Just started off here. I don't blame Coach Guzman for trying to go and get things going. As the Kids Cam makes an early appearance. People haven't even finished their nachos yet. Jeez.
Well, kicking off at the 40 is going to be Frankie, and he's got it up there, Trevino. And again, a short kick, and it's going to be fair catch, about 23-yard line.
Yeah. That's by design. You know, they don't want to get the ball back there. They have Gonzalez back there returning kicks, and they have Ryan Abrego. Right. They want nothing to do with number 1 and number 0. And I don't blame them. That's smart coaching there.
And, of course, Santa Maria, 3 of 8 passing last week for 51 yards. But on the season, he has completed 14 of 27 passes for 214 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. But again, quite a runner, and we'll talk more about that. He, I believe, has rushed for about 207 yards and a touchdown on 33 carries, 17 carries for 104 yards last week. But they brought in another quarterback. We'll talk about him in a moment. He's going to run, not get very far. He's a big guy. What, about 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah.
Talk a little about him, Football Fred.
So we were talking to Coach about, you know, he likes to bring in a quarterback just to make things up. You see him here, number 15, and right there on your screen, Johnny Islas, known as a pocket passer. Now, he can run too, but his strength is staying in the pocket and getting the ball down the field. So we'll see if this changes between Santa Maria, who is wearing tonight jersey number 3. So
right.
he's spreading them out here is what the Bobcats are doing.
No gain on that play. It's going to be a second down. And again, a spread offense. 1 back in the backfield, man in motion. He will go left to right. And we're going to have a pass, and it's going to be incomplete. And the intended receiver that time was Ethan Calderon. You talked about him very nicely. We see number 4.
Yeah, he's one of these receivers. We were going to call him the super sophomores. Both Ethan Calderon and Jude Vega, they're just sophomores. So these kids, again, the future is bright for them as well. But tonight, they're going to have to make big plays. Now, remember, Weslaco was starting. When you come back to the shot here on the field, look at how many guys they have on the line. They have 5 guys, and they have a nose guard right on top of that center. Watch that. They're trying to really disturb things on that line.
Man in motion, 3rd and 10. Dropping back to pass, looking upfield, has some time, and incomplete pass, good coverage. It would have been short of the first down, and guess who's out there? A guy that is really good at making interceptions. We're talking about Devin Silva.
Yeah, Agent Zero. That guy, part of the no-fly zone club that we were talking about earlier. He's as advertised. He brings every single play. He's active. He knows where the ball is.
Jude Vega, the intended receiver. Yep. So it's going to be 4th and 10, and we're going to have a punting play right now.
Yeah, that's going to be JT Santamaria. Now, Coach said that he might be switching some guys around. Him or Michael Cruz. Looks like Michael Cruz is going to start off with the punting duties.
All right, and high snap. And
that's blocked.
It's blocked. It's blocked, and it is going to be recovered at about the 30. And that was a nice block on that play. Was that number 11? We'll have to double check.
No, that was the guy who got the interception.
All right.
Watch him come off the left side, the right side there. He comes over right to boom, got it. Yeah, he's MVP already. Chris Luna, number 19, was able to get that, and he came and told everybody on the sideline. He wanted to make sure. He says, "Hey, that's 2 for me already, guys."
Andy Sepulveda at quarterback. Again, dangerous running or passing the ball. Going to pass this time, and looks and can't quite get it to his intended receiver, Trevino. But again, he's a man that will pass the ball so far this season. He last week was 12 of 20 for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns overall, 24 of 45 for 327 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, this offensive line has been impressive at least the last couple of games. Let's see if they continue that streak here tonight as well.
Ball at the 30, 2nd down and 10. This time Sepulveda will keep the ball, and he is going to get about 6 or 7 yards, still a few yards short of the first down.
It was a year ago, almost to the day, where we said, this guy right here on your screen, number 2, does this type of thing. He learned that over the year. He figured out that, hey, if things are not there, I can do it myself too. He grew up literally in this Bobcat game last year.
Albert Gomez, linebacker on the tackle. This time it's going to be a handoff. No, Sepulveda will keep it, and he is going to get down to about the 15-yard line. So give him about 5 or 6, but more importantly, in the red zone and a first down.
Angel Torres had to come back from his linebacker spot. He was caught in a zone, but he has to come back inside when he sees number 2 taking off. You got to come back because all of a sudden missed tackle there as well. But watch the play there by the Bobcats.
1st and 10 at the 14. And Eli Rodriguez won't get much on that play. And Angel Torres and Victor De Leon, they're the 2 big linebackers, aren't they, for Edinburgh?
They're very active in the middle. Another guy that we want to be on the lookout for. When we asked Coach Guzman to talk about his players, he mentioned number 90 who was involved there as well. Ryan Garza, big defensive lineman, senior, really counting on him to do that kind of stuff. Plug the middle there.
It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 14-yard line. This time Sepulveda rolls out toward his right. Will throw the ball, and it looks like it's going to be caught.
That's close.
Yeah, it's close.
That's a first down, though.
Yeah.
And that's Jaden Garcia.
Jaden Garcia, he's got a touchdown this season.
They had it against Mercedes. Now, he was out last week. But, boy, is Andy happy to have him back.
Right.
Throws it up way up high. Watch him go up for it. Yeah, he goes. He's a tall guy.
So he gets it down to the 1, a pickup of 13. 1st and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Great field position. Not even midway through the first quarter. And right now, Weslaco leads 7-0, looking to add to that score. And this time Sepulveda will keep it, and he is going to rush in from 1 yard out. Misdirection, gets the touchdown, and now it's 13-0, 6:35 remaining in the opening quarter. Extra point attempt up and coming.
Now this offensive line right now, watch the decision making by your quarterback number 2, Andres Sepulveda. Call him Andy. He is making some sound decisions this year, and you can see the growth. The kick is up, and it is good.
Yes, so nice job there. And with 6:35 remaining here in the open quarter, 14-0, Weslaco over Edinburgh. This is a KWES production. I'd like you for just a moment to talk a little bit about the kicker, the man that does field goals and extra points. We talked to Coach Stroman before the game, and he talked a little bit about his range. Of course, last year Angel was here, and he now is in Kingsville kicking at the college level. But talk about our current kicker.
Yeah, this is a young man, Julian Betancourt. He is a senior, and he's also a soccer player. These soccer players have been excellent field goal kickers, as what we've known to see. You know, I asked Coach, so what do you think? What's his range? You know, we got to get to about the 20, 25-yard line for about a 35-yard field goal or so, maybe 40. I mean, that's pushing it. But I said, that's better than anything I can do, that's for sure.
All right, after we get the next kickoff, could you give us the officials?
Sure.
So we've got some of the similar ones from last week.
Yeah, some of the crew is back. They liked us so much they came back. You don't hear that all that often. Dance cam. Now, see, this is something I can do. Kiss cam, we'll leave it for another day. But this dance cam right up my alley here, buddy.
Frankie Trevino getting ready to kick off. Ball will come down at the 19 this time. It's going to be run for about 4 or 5 yards. That's going to be it. It was Ethan Calderon. Yeah. Tell us about the officials tonight.
So tonight, the Rio Grande chapter of the Texas Association of Sports Officials. Tonight happens to be the referee. Now, I talked to James Hoteling. That's his name. That's the referee. Umpire Moises Dianda. Headline judge Albert Garcia. Line judge Abel Navarrete. Black judge is Chris Pisano. Field judge John Perez and side judge Mari Lujano. That is the officials for this evening.
1st and 10. Who's the quarterback now?
So it looks like Santa Maria's back into his normal spot. And they wait. See, they look to the sideline. They wait for the defense to set, and then they go with the play.
We've got a slot on the right side. This time handed off, and it will be not much going. Abrego with the carry, and Ryan is quite a player. We'll give his stats in just a moment. You are very impressed with him, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, this is just, he's everywhere, it seems like. You know, he comes up, makes a play. Now, Coach mentioned a couple of things. Said, I'm gonna really challenge 2 guys tonight. And I said, okay, give us a couple of names. Says, well, the first one is going to be Fabian Martinez. Fabian is the coach, is the Suns coach. Coach Martinez, the defensive line coach. He's one of them. We'll give you the other one in a second. 2nd
down and 9 after that 1-yard gain. And this time, it is going to be a quarterback keeper, and the quarterback is going to go nowhere on that play. Josh Rivera in for the tackle.
We'll give it a second here. It's going to make me look good. I need all the help that I can get, but number 62 is one of those guys we were talking about. He has to have a big game. Look who comes up and makes this play. 62 comes up and it disturbs the play. And then Josh Rivera, number 11, the senior linebacker, comes and cleans up, man.
Loss of 1 on the play. We're talking about Abrego. He has 23 carries for 284 yards and 4 touchdowns this season. Last week, he had 17 carries for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns. So this young man is doing a good job. Of course, the Bobcats 0-2, and they've lost both their games. We'll talk about that in a moment. But again, 3rd down. Let's see if the defense can get the offense back on the field. It's going to be a screen pass, and it's going to go not very far at all. On the reception was Abrego, but he was met very quickly, wasn't he?
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that really made this happen. Gomez is one of them. But watch number 94. Usually a pass rusher. Watch this hit right here. Boom. Whoa. Laid him out, and then number 14, Gomez, Matt knows what to do. Yeah, that's working in combination,
so,
man.
Damian Castillo disrupted the play, and then Mateo Gomez finished up.
Yeah, and I remember the big 94 was in there too. He's the guy.
Well, no, I'm saying he started. He disrupted it first.
Matt Garza.
Yeah, Matt Garza.
Matt Garza. He's the guy that. Man, oh man, what are you doing outside, son? We need you passing the rushing the quarterback, but hey, good play.
No gain. 4th and 10. Punt is off. And it is going to be picked up at about the 45-yard line and taken to the 47 in the territory of Edinburgh. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. And let's see what they do.
I just, at this point, this offense has already, this is the 3rd game, right? So they figured some of the things out. Unfortunately, the only bad news that we have for this week, you know, injuries are never good, right? But if we had to highlight one that's important, is they're going to miss number 10, Jeremiah Salinas. He was a senior wide receiver, not going to be able to continue here for the remainder of at least the part of the season. He's hurt.
Sepulveda will hand it off to Eli Rodriguez, and he is going to get down to about the 44-yard line, pick up a 4. So he's going to be out for a while.
Right.
And he was converted from a defensive back to a wide receiver. He had 1 catch this year, I think, for about 31 yards.
Yeah.
And there's another player, too, out for maybe the year, right?
Right. Just depends on how things turn out. But another young man that we hope to see soon is Ethan Gonzalez. We hope he makes it back. Another guy that will get back soon is Joseph Banda.
Yeah.
Nice running there by Eli. You know, Eli he's more dangerous popping it outside because of his speed.
Now, a couple players may be back again. It is second down, second and about 6 or 7. Sepulveda going back to pass, and he will loft it down and has a wide receiver. But even if he caught it, he would have been out of bounds on that play. Still a nice effort by Stefan Rocha. Now, you talk about Banda coming back soon, right? And also, there's a player that had, didn't he have a cast on or something?
I saw him running.
Talk about that.
Pablo Cadena. He's their best defensive lineman.
Or something,
yeah,
right?
he had a boot and leg and everything on it. And all of a sudden, I saw him earlier. We were walking down there. Right. He was running full speed. One of the coaches turns around and says, "Pablo, slow down."
Yeah, these are both defensive players, right? That could be back soon.
He wasn't even playing. He was just out there, kind of having fun.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 after the incomplete pass. 3:29 remaining in the opening quarter. Screen pass this time, and it is going to be good for the first down and a lot more, down to about the 25-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of about 18 on that play. That was a very nice reception.
Yeah, Felipe Pruneda. Watch this nice design. Andy really likes this. Fake the handoff, and then running out of the backfield is 88. I call him he's a tight end slash player. Quickly up, quickly.
Ball at the 28, and a quick dump off. And this play is going to go down to about the 15-yard line, and another first down. So some quick passes, and this was 18, right?
Yeah, Justin Elizondo getting up there very quick-like and getting things going here.
So we're in the red zone. Ball at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. And this time Sepulveda fakes the handoff to Rodriguez, and he is going to go all the way for the touchdown. 13-yard run for the touchdown, fake the handoff to Rodriguez, and he just mowed it in, put it into second gear, and that's all it was.
And that option is killer. Fake it, and then you option out of it, and you keep it. And Andy has become an excellent runner this year. I mean, he really has. He's figured out things, and that's when everybody says things slow down for you. That's exactly what's happening with Andy. Kick is up, and it is no good.
All right, so we have 2:47 remaining here in the first quarter. Weslaco up over Edinburgh 20-0. This is a KWES production. And keep in mind, that is the only extra point so far that it has been missed as far as the kicker missing it.
Right.
Remember, there was a bad snap earlier this year against the Mercedes game.
Right.
And it went 34-0 instead of 35-0.
On that one, too. You had some technical issues happening. It wasn't a clean snap and things like that. I'm sure they'll talk about it. But it's interesting because, when that happens, you see the kicker miss it, as you mentioned. But there's other factors that come right into it. It was a low-line kick. It went wide. So I'm sure the coaches will talk to him, but that's the only blemish on the evening here for the Panthers so far.
Well, they have been like a well-oiled machine. We see Frankie Torvino. He is about to kick off. He's been busy here in the first quarter. Better to see him kicking off than punting, right?
Right. High kick.
Yeah, going to be taken at the 32. Fair catch. And that is where things will be started for Edinburgh. And calling the play that time was Jose Venegas.
Yeah. Up guys. So we were talking earlier about the guys that are out. So on the offense, we'll talk about them in a little while when they come back on offense. But our defense, now we get to see some of the guys that I really like. You get to see number 77 in there. That's Munoz. And that's Maldonado. I'm sorry. Martin Maldonado in the middle. You have Garza on the outside. You have number 98, Damien Castillo in the middle. And right in the middle, right on the nose guard, is big 77. Watch him stuff up the middle there. Nothing there. And have to push it outside. Noah Cáceres, along with a couple of other Panthers are there. Christian Sanchez, another linebacker. I talked to Coach about him.
And Abrego got about 3 or 4 on that play.
45. He's one of these young guys that Coach mentioned him. Look, Christian comes in spots, different plays. But it can't keep him off the field. He keeps making plays,
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy you want on the field.
He's a solid player. So it's going to be 2nd down and 6, gain of 4 on that particular play. By the way, Christian Sanchez, right?
Yep.
He's caused a fumble this year. So a little screen pass, and that is going to be good for about 10 yards on that play. And a nice catch on that play.
Yeah, Giovanni Bisagna, number 18. Here comes quickly come the defense here. They're going to be caught here with too many guys on the field, but they stuffed the play out earlier, and that's a nice play there. It looks like Hanks. No, that's Garza who stopped the play.
By the way, Giovanni, that's only his 2nd catch of the year. He had 1 catch for 1 yard.
Right. And then went quickly here. So split screen.
I like this effect, don't you?
Yeah, let him talk.
Didn't get him off in time. Substitution infraction.
Yeah.
Defense. Too many men on the field. They're in the play. 5 yards previous spot. 1st down.
So the ball now is in Weslaco territory at the 47-yard line, 1st and 5.
I got something to say about that, Mr. Hoteling. You know how hard it is for a big guy to get off the field?
I like that.
Yeah, trust me. It's not easy. And so, you kind of worry about that, and especially when you're probably the biggest guy on the field. Yeah, it's that much harder. And they're going hurry up, right? That's where they get you.
JT Santa Maria at quarterback. Abrego, by the way, played quarterback a little bit last year.
Sure did.
But he now is out of that mix, just strictly a running back, and we see him this time. And he is going to be stopped for a loss. And he had only 4 touchdowns last year, has that many already. Rushed for about 300-400 yards last year, so he's really come through. And, of course, there's Silva in there on the
Silva's
tackle.
in there. I thought I saw a flag. We'll see, and it's probably going to be on Edinburgh for the push in the back. Now, there was some extracurricular activity happening on the outside. Yeah, you see now everybody's wearing yellow, all right, tonight. But the flags, we'll see here in a second. The referee, Mr. Hoteling, will give us a little info.
Yeah, here he comes. Edinburgh, by the way, red, white, and blue, their uniforms.
Yep. Classy look there, the class look.
After the play. Unsportsmanlike. Defense. Number 0. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
Yeah, and that's going to be on Devin. He just kind of pushed the quarterback out a little too far. And so that's going to give great field position there.
See the crowd, another packed house.
That's one of my favorite players right there, Big Damian. That's right. He's big 98, Damian Castillo. Pops, mom's very happy. A family, I should say, very happy. Yeah, I'm with you.
Ball at the 31-yard line. Edinburgh, their farthest penetration into Weslaco territory so far in this game. Weslaco had 20-0. Just 1:10 remaining here in the opening quarter. JT Santa Maria gives it to Abrego, and he is going to get maybe 3 yards. That's all. We were talking about him last year. He had 327 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Remember, he already has 4 touchdowns rushing this season and has almost 300 yards. So he's almost equaled last year's totals already.
You know, he almost never didn't play running back for the Bobcats.
There he is.
I'll tell you a story for Abrego. That's
Santa Maria, yeah.
But Abrego almost didn't play running back. I'll tell you why in a second. Watch the Panther defense. Look at that big 99 in the middle of that center. They're trying to clog the middle of it.
All right, there's the handoff and another run and another 2 or 3 yards. This is a good running back. So if you hold him to 2 or 3 yards every play, it's a victory. Victory on defense.
Coach Guzman said, look, we had to, as we wait here, looks like it's an ankle here, or it looks like might be just a cramp, at least we hope around this time.
We still have warm weather, that's for sure.
Yeah,
by the way, game got delayed. We want to mention that.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
We didn't start till 7:30. It wasn't just because of Parents' Night. They're actually at about 5:40. The sirens went off. There was concern of somewhere in the area lightning. And so they stalled things for a half hour, and everybody got back on the field. Carlos and Mike did their pregame show at 6:10.
Right.
And again, another windy evening. And again, I hear it's good when it's windy because that keeps the windmills running.
Right.
You know, so we don't have power outages. I learned that the other day. We almost had some brownouts the other day because of all the heat. But wind is a good thing at this time of year when it's hot like this for the windmills. But getting back to the storm situation, that's why we had a late start.
Yeah, it's scheduled for 7 o'clock, but started at 7:30 as they tend to one of the Panthers. And, there's a lot of things that are happening on the field. I'll tell you just quick, talking to Coach Guzman about his young running back star there. There's a Panther coming up. That looks to be like Damian Castillo. He's a fantastic player, this young Castillo is. But he said he almost didn't play running back. He's walking off. That's good. He almost didn't play running back. Had to convince him to play running back. He didn't believe that he could be an effective running back, and boy, coach was right. Yeah.
Well, it's
Great athlete,
third down, maybe a long 2 right now. Ball at the 25-yard line into Weslaco territory. Edinburgh moving south toward the scoreboard side of the field. And Ryan Abrego in the backfield. He wears number 1. And JT Santa Maria, the quarterback, wearing number 3. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Good first quarter if you're a Panthers fan. And they lead Edinburgh right now 20-0. Again, a non-district game. There'll be another non-district game coming up. That will be next Friday, but it'll be on the road.
All right.
And we talked about next week, it's going to be the Sherryland Pioneers. And they were winners, I believe, 22-7 last night against Nicky Rowe.
Yeah, so Sherryland High, the Rattlers.
Oh, Sherryland, the Rattlers. Okay, the Rattlers.
Yeah, that's it. Which the Pioneers said, wait a minute, I've been preparing for the wrong team.
Yeah, no, it's going to be the Rattlers.
They're
that's
good
correct.
too, by the way.
Yeah, they both are good. All right, it's going to be a screen pass to begin the second quarter, and it's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. Will be good enough for the first down, and that'll be Ethan Calderon with the reception.
Yeah, and they're going to try to get him involved as much as possible. Now they're going. The way they mentioned about how they're going to match up against here. The offense for Edinburgh now is going a little bit up tempo, not letting Weslaco substitute their packages.
Right.
That's how they're countering. Hey, you're going to bring all these guys in, and going to bring all these other. Well, we're gonna go with speed up things.
So the ball is at the 18-yard line. In the red zone for the first time tonight is Edinburgh, and it's going to be a running play. And it was a nice job by Abrego bouncing off of one defender, but again, defense just too tough and got very little on that run.
Yeah, Matt Gomez filled that hole quickly. Again, some of these defensive players are running back in and forth, and I think Edinburgh is trying to get going. Now, there's a flag way behind where the Panthers off the line there. I don't know what exactly that's going to be. We're focusing on the tackle.
Yeah, but again, the Rattlers beat Nicky Rowe last night, 22-7.
Yeah.
And that game was in Mission, actually.
They look good, too. Huh?
Yeah. And we'll see the call.
After the play. Unsportsmanlike. Defense, number 19.
Ooh.
Half distance goal.
Wow.
Automatic first down.
Yeah, 2 crucial penalties here have really given the Bobcats excellent field position. And, they've been moving the ball already, so you help them out. That's what happens there.
So it's going to be first and goal to go. Ball at the 9-yard line. Again, another great view
Call
of the pack
timeout.
route.
Weslaco. The first time out of the half.
I don't blame Coach for doing that.
Well, what happened, I'll tell you, they had a brand new bunch of players come out. There was the old switch. The only thing I can think of is this past, when was it? The game between Florida State and LSU. That game, they had guys come on, a whole package of guys coming in. That's what the offense for Edinburgh High just did. They brought in like 5 different offensive linemen. I'm not sure exactly what that was going to happen, but coach probably saw it and said, "Hey, wait a minute, what is this?" Yeah, let's kind of go back and look at our notes. Why are they doing this? So that's interesting by Coach Guzman and the rest of the Bobcat staff. That's interesting. Hey, congratulations, sir. Dinner is served.
Yeah. And again, I know this has got to be a special night for the players of Weslaco. This is the first time that Coach Stroman has coached on Parents' Night since his mother passed away.
Yeah.
And it's an emotional night for him.
It was.
And we talked to him before, and we appreciate him sharing his feelings with us.
Yeah.
So we know that obviously his players really would like to win one for him for that reason alone.
They see that.
Yeah.
They see the human side of a coach, and they appreciate that. They themselves have gone
And of course,
through things.
we talked to him personally, but again, our sympathies on his loss this past summer.
Definitely.
All right, it is going to be first and goal to go. Ball inside the 10-yard line.
They're spreading you out.
Yep. We have slots on each side, man in motion toward the left. Looked like a jet sweep, but JT Santa Maria is going to keep it. He might have got 3 yards, and he'll be down to the 5.
I thought we were going to see a lot more of that.
Jet sweeps?
Yeah, I thought we were going to see that. That's where that's their bread and butter, if you would. They fake the jet sweep, and then Santa Maria does the damage. You know, I just thought by this time we would see a lot more of it. Just haven't seen it. They spread you out, so they make you thin at the line.
Player down.
Yeah, again, we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
A very hot and humid night on the field.
By the way, last night in Edinburgh, quite a game with Weslaco East, right?
Man.
And Vela.
Man, I'll tell you this, and I mean this, Coach Burgett and the rest of the Wildcats, what a game.
Yeah.
They
it was like 42-35 the final.
It came down. Execution, the coaching, everything was on par. I will tell you that. They look like they have really gotten a lot better. Obviously, Coach will tell you there's a lot of things to work on. But boy, congratulations to them.
They got a running back that went like, was it Pauly? He went like for 3 yards.
Yeah, he did. He had a massive night. But these Wildcats, just briefly talking about them, they were able to put a nice game together, nice game plan. Execution was top of the line last night. Man, they could have won that game. It was just, if there ever was such a thing as a good loss, that was it. A lot of things to learn from, and it's not district, but they are going to benefit from that game so much, I believe. we asked him. So, Coach, he tells us, well, you know, we got number 5. Yeah, Ethan. Yeah, I told him, you got to get going. You got to get going. Let's go. And, boy, he listened, right? This is this evening. He's got catches in this, especially in this series here. He's been able to really do a good job of providing that offense for the Panthers.
Remember, 3 rushing touchdowns so far. Sepulveda has 2. Rodriguez got the first one. Looks like maybe another position for a rush.
Yep.
We'll see, though, if the penalty moves it back.
After the play, unsportsmanlike. Offense, number 66. And unsportsmanlike on the defense, number 31. Those penalties offset. It will be 3rd down. 3rd and goal.
All right, 3rd and goal.
Well, you know, it's been a long night for this defense. So sometimes, you know, you say the right thing at the wrong time, and that's what happens. You know, but yeah, that doesn't negate the good play there.
Didn't actually see where the penalty occurred.
Yeah,
but
it must have been
anywhere.
after. Yeah, it looked like it might have been after the play
Right.
was done. It was away from us. It was on the opposite side.
There's Sepulveda, senior. Handoff. This time it's Rodriguez, and he will get his 2nd touchdown of the night and his 6th of the season. And Weslaco now has a 26-7 lead. Gets that touchdown from about a yard out.
We're really going to enjoy this. I'm going to try to say as least as possible because watch his moves. Watch number 6 come up, move, right? Watch this move, right here, move. Right inside, man, a little jiggle there, just a little wiggle there, just to get you going one side and then go the other. Man, and then his speed, obviously. Man, touchdown.
Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So, with 4:36 remaining in the first half, Weslaco has increased their lead now, and they are up 27-7. This is a KWES production. Well, I really didn't think that Weslaco would jump out to this big a lead. Of course, there's a whole second half coming up, but actually it was the second half, I believe, last week in which Edinburgh struggled. So we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, adjustments will have to be made, right, by Edinburgh.
I'll tell you this. Yeah, it's a long game, but so far, Weslaco might start pulling back something. I mean, who knows, right? But Coach Strobin and talking to him, I said, Coach, is it just me? Is it just something missing? I know you're trying to get better, and all these other things, right? And he says, look, let's be honest. I told the guys, we better not be at this score and this score at halftime. We've got to respond. We've got to take it a notch up.
He didn't want to see a 7-0 game.
Yeah, he didn't want to see a 7-0 game. He said, we got
Either way.
So we challenged this team. He challenged the team to put the point, stop being nice guys. and this is football after all. And show some aggression here outside on the football field.
Maybe you want to play that old Alice Cooper song, No More Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
That was a big hit in the 70s.
Ball goes out of bounds. But yeah, I mean, it looks like the team, especially on the offense, took the challenge. And I said, yeah, he felt that they were they could take it another step forward, another notch, if you will.
Eating procedure. Kicking team. Kick out of bounds. Ball be placed at 30. 1st and 10.
So, hey, so that's one of the things. As a matter of fact, it's funny because I mentioned, hey, Coach, one of the goals for tonight, and he said a couple of things. The first one, I'll say it now. He said, look, there you go, showing off the old kicker, huh? He says, we've got to put up points.
Yeah, that's for sure.
More than 7.
Right. That was Julian Betancourt, of course, the kicker.
Yeah.
He said, getting a little airtime.
Sure.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 around the 30. JT Santa Maria is still in a quarterback. A little screen pass is going to pick up about 6 yards to Jude Vega.
So they found the Bobcats in the last possession, and starting off this one, that they want to get the ball and quickly go down, neutralize that pass rush that they have, and try to get the ball out there as fast as possible. Big 77 is right in the middle there. Martin Maldonado trying to create stuff.
And one of the guys in on the tackle, one of your favorites, Ryan Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's everything that you want in a defensive back. Again, I think he should play offense, but that's just for another day.
2nd down and 4, man in motion. Santa Maria will hand it off, and it will be Abrega. Not getting too much there, maybe a couple.
Yeah, they're really flying to the ball. I mean, you have a couple of guys in there that makes it look like Art Gonzalez. I talked to Coach about that. He says, these are the type of guys that I keep saying that, they play spot here and there, But when they play, we can't get them off the field because you say, well, how do I take him out when they're playing like that? And he was one of the guys that came up, made a big play there.
It's 3rd and 1. Big play coming up because if you can stop him, maybe you can get the ball back and try to run out the quarter and get another touchdown. We'll see. So Santa Maria back, throws up the middle, and it is incomplete. Pass intended that time for Ethan Calderon.
That's in the backfield. That's where the flag is, in the backfield. So that could be a couple of things. But it looks like a holding right in that area where your left tackle is usually.
It's Parents' Night. There's some of the Spirit squads. It was nice that they recognized all the cheerleaders as well as the football players before the games on Parents' Night.
That's what it looks like to me, anyway.
During the play, holding, offense, number 70, 10 yards from the previous spot, 3rd down.
Now,
do you have to take that penalty or not?
Well,
because it would have been 4th and 1.
Yeah, I think so. I think you back him up and let him play again. And you're down at what, 340 or so?
Yeah. So and you might be thinking they may, because they're down so much, might go for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
And with that couple of good runners, a couple runners that have rushed for over 100 yards in each game, Umbrego and also Santa Maria.
Yep.
Good opportunity to maybe get the 1st down on 4th. This one's going to be a lot harder. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Ball back at the 29 in Edinburgh territory. Santa Maria back to pass. He's going to run, and he is going to get up to about the 38-yard line, but he's going to be a couple yards short. So it'll be about 4th and 2, right?
Yeah. I think that this is why Coach wanted to back him up, because he feels they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
Again, with 3 minutes left, and Santa Maria's going to do something. Wait a minute, so Coach might be thinking about it.
Yeah.
He says, wait a minute, do we want to give him the ball back here? Let him get another one on us? That's a good one. I got to be careful here because you're still not obviously on the other side of the field yet, but your punter.
No, they're going to punt.
Looks like they're going to put their punter back there. Maybe. That's what I'm saying, maybe. With 2 yards, it's temptation, my friend. That's for sure. There it is.
Yeah.
Right,
they faked it. You called it well.
Yeah. You have.
Did it go to Santa Maria?
Yeah, no, it got one of the upbacks.
Oh, no, okay. I think Umbrego.
Yeah, it looks one of the upbacks got it. And I felt this was the area. If you're going to take one of those shots,
so
that's it.
Umbrego got about 3 or 4 yards.
Right.
He was one of the upbacks. Ryan gets the 1st down, and you get a chance to continue. Do you know how much timeouts are left?
We'll check the look here to see what we see on the other side. It looks like Weslaco has 2 and Edinburgh has all 3.
All right, thank you very much. So it's going to be at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. And this time Umbrego bounces off the pile, and he's going to get about 11. Looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, but he bounced off to his right and picked up 11.
There's the speed we've been talking about. He starts inside, and what makes him very dangerous is the fact that he's able to pop out. Watch him start in the middle, then he's going to go wide, and that's where he uses his speed. But watch Weslaco. You might have done that against other teams. Weslaco, their speed for Weslaco overall, especially in the defensive backfield, is incredible.
Mm-hmm. So it is 1st and 10. Ball at Weslaco territory now at the 48-yard line. Moving toward the north end of the field, away from the scoreboard. Edinburgh is here in the 2nd quarter. Man in motion, it's Vega. He goes to the right. Santa Maria back to pass. Looking for Vega, and it's intercepted. It's an interception for Weslaco, and the ball will be taken down to about the 38-yard line. Great play on that interception by your buddy Ryan Gonzalez.
You can see his skills after he catches the ball. And he's one of those guys, if you're going to throw out there, you better throw a good pass. A pass is a little short, coming behind the receiver. Here comes Ryan. And watch his offensive skills. Yeah, he plays.
Well, you say you should play offense, right?
I've been,
someday.
Yeah, someday maybe. But you can see his speed. You can see his nose for the ball. So those are the things that you want.
There's Ryan.
Yeah, nice play.
And he's celebrating with Chris Luna, who had an interception earlier today. 19.
No-fly zone strikes again.
All right. So here is Andy Sepulveda on 1st down. He's going to loft a little pass, and he is going to get it down to the 25-yard line. Gain of about 14 on that play. It was Justin Anzaldo with a catch.
Yeah, he's been a nice addition to this lineup here this evening.
1st and 10. Ball at about the 25-yard line in Edinburgh territory. Sepulveda now with another pass play, and this ball will go about 4 yards on this reception, and it's Carlos Ochoa.
Yeah.
We don't call his name too
Not
often.
much. And you see Andy now distributing the ball to
Call
everybody.
timeout.
Yeah.
Weslaco. The second time out of the half.
Watch him throw the ball here. Looking. Goes to probably his third guy as he come across. And Ochoa, yeah, you're right. We don't mention him too much.
And by the way, Angel Torres, one of their good linebackers, in on the tackle.
There's part of the defense. As you can see now.
Chris Luna, the man who had the interception early in the game. And then number 3, Ryan Gonzalez, who just had the interception.
Miguel Rodriguez, the all-district wrestler, showing off his
at this level, it's wrestling, right? If it's professional, we call it wrestling.
That's wrestling. This is wrestling.
This is wrestling. When you're collegiate or high school, you're wrestling.
He's an all-district champ, man.
Yeah.
That's
now, if he ever wants to do wrestling, we'll have to have him. Vinny will have to maybe do a video of him doing a promo. Vinny is our local wrestling expert here.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. Vinny Barry, one of our great videographers.
So I wonder, and maybe we'll get this in later, but he's distributed the ball to all sorts of receivers, Andy has. And now he's got a bunch of other new ones out there. Look like Carly's out there, number 12. Look like number 16. Esteban Rocha's out there too. He's got more weapons. Great.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Jet sweep this time, and not much going that time. Nice effort, but couldn't get the steam needed. And that was Harley Rodriguez, a guy that I think is going to have a great future here.
Right, Harley. Now this is weird. We have some weird plays happen every now and then. He was running and he fell. He was trying to cut inside, and he just looked like when he went down, he might have stubbed his knee. That's what it looked like. They hadn't made contact yet with him. It's one of those strange plays. Right. That you're just running, and then all of a sudden you see it all the time at the collegiate and NFL levels where our players running, and all of a sudden they fall. And that's never good before you get hit. I'm hoping that's not the case here. I'm hoping it's just him, kind of his legs giving up under him. He is a strong runner when he runs. He's a strong runner.
Well, we've already lost Jeremiah Salinas at least for a while.
Right.
He's got, I guess, a leg injury. And he, of course, was converted this year to a wide receiver. Right. And had, I think, a long reception of about 31 yards earlier in the first couple games, and then got injured. And he's going to be out at least for a while. Right. So we definitely don't need to see any more injuries to the wide receiver corps.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the key. I think we've. It looks like he was just coming across and he stepped wrong. He could just be coming up and he just took a wrong step. And man, he was running. He was. Yeah. I don't know what the outcome of the play was going to be. Right. But by his strong running he had, he was going to do some sort of damage. He was going to gain some positive yardage for sure. A first down. It looked like he had turned the corner there.
And of course, at the end of this game, we'll have our post-game show. Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez. We'll talk with Coach Stroman and several key players, both offense and defense, in this game. So make sure you stay tuned for that on YouTube. It'll be done live after the game.
Matter of fact, when we spoke to Coach Stroman, he talked about this young man, this young player, would be a player to watch here. And we're hoping that that's the case. We're hoping that it's nothing, too serious. Right. We're hoping that again, it wasn't a lot of contact. No. Is what I'm trying to say. And usually that helps your cause. Sometimes you just fall awkwardly, and that thing can happen. So we're talking to Coach Stroman, and he says, look, he's one of our players to watch. We got to get him started in the spot. He says, I like to feed him a jet sweep or a quick, turnaround play or whatever. Just kind of let him get his hands on the ball. He did that. That was the first time that Harley got going here because they hadn't called his number yet. Right. They were doing all bunch of other guys, but looks like they're going to bring out the card there just to look at him. It's never good when you see more things coming, but again, we don't know.
All precautions are taken.
And that's exactly what it is. Sometimes they do it just to be on the safe side to make sure that.
And the cart might be leaving.
Right.
We'll see.
It just depends on what they want to do here, whether they want to bring in.
By the way, I do want to mention this. as far as Edinburgh, they've had 2 games this year. We haven't mentioned this yet. Pretty high scoring. They lost to McAllen 34-23 and to Vela 45-24. So what Vela's scored like over 40 points 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
Again, they played
They played a
last
tough
night.
game. They played a tough game. Edinburgh High did. You know, they had to, just like Weslaco East had them last night. I mean, that's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a couple of plays here and there that led Edinburgh High to not get there.
Okay,
So-
while we have this moment here, because we're approaching halftime, what have you liked and not liked about Weslaco so far?
Okay,
in the
so
first half?
when we talk to Coach, here comes the Weslaco EMTs coming up to take a better look at him, and I hope it's more precautionary than
Yeah.
anything. I really do. You know, you want to kind of look at things and make sure that he's all right. Obviously, that's, you know, this things happen. But going back to your question, we asked him about a couple of things. We asked him the goals for tonight. What do you want to do, Coach? What do you want to get out? And I'll tell you the same thing that Coach Guzman on the other side for the
Right.
Bobcats had something else to say. But I'll tell you what Coach Stroman said. Coach said, look, what we're going to try to do tonight is no more of that yellow stuff on the field.
Yeah.
No more flags.
No more laundry.
We got to do the old stop shooting ourselves in the foot thing, kind of. You know, we move 2 or 3 plays, and then here comes a flag. We gotta keep going better. Less of that flag, less of those things. We've got to do that. No, none of that. He says, look, good field position. When we've had a couple of games already where we had terrible field position, and again because of the penalties. So those are the type of things he wants to stay away from, if possible. So that's when we spoke to him earlier today. He said that's one of the things they want to do tonight. One of the goals for tonight, because I said, look, you got long-term goals, I get you, but give me something for tonight. He said, look, he just gave me a number. He says, stop 3, you know? And I think for the most part,
We're talking about JT
Santa Maria, the quarterback for the Edinburgh High Bobcats, he said, look, he's an excellent player. He's the offense. The offense goes how he goes, and so that was the focus. And so now, how did the Panthers respond? Well, they had a 5-man front early on. They stuffed that line. They're going to make you throw the ball. They did that against Harlingen South last week. You know, they had a really good running game. So what they do? They stuff the line, bring in all the heavy packages, the jumbos, the extras, whatever you want to call them. They brought them in, and they're going to make you beat them throwing the ball. So you have to do that. And then, of course, their strength, what I've told you before, their strength in the back is the speed that the Gonzalez has, that Devin Silva has. And we saw here earlier tonight, we saw the breakout game for number 19, Chris Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're making you do something you don't want to do.
And can I jump in just real quick? A guy that's been injured that's going to be coming back, Bonda, you were talking about how much he's really going to help back there, right?
He's just going to add to this defensive backfield. He's coach mentioned he's just one of these natural guys that has the ability to go find the ball. He's that type of a player. And so he's going to, I believe, give other guys an opportunity. I'll tell you exactly what I mean when he comes back, and he's just about a week or so away. What happens is this. You have a guy like Noah Cáceres who plays corner, right? And you have Gonzalez on the other side. So what that does when somebody like number 19, who we just mentioned him, Luna, plays well, he comes up and slides into Noah Cáceres' spot. What does that do? That gives, by the way, a 3-year starter, senior Noah Cáceres, back to the back area where he can be the quarterback along with Silva and be ball hawks.
Right.
So or come up and play the slot or whatever it is that you're doing. So you see now the strength that is your strength in this case, the strength is your defensive backfield. I believe that's where a lot of the talent is. The whole team is talented, but when you're playing defense, that's what you want them to throw the ball because now you have playmakers there. And that's exactly, we saw that happen earlier today with Gonzalez, with Ryan. So he was able to do that. As they tend to Harley. What an interesting young man.
Here come the players.
Yeah, they're going
as they get ready to wheel them off.
Wish him well. You know, we're hoping again that it's nothing too serious. It's something that he can look at here. A couple of injuries today. We'll mention them close. Damian Castillo, big 98. Also got a little bit dinged up here. Looks to be okay, but he's, you know,
You're
once you
talking
get
about Damian, right?
Damian Castillo, number 98. He's on crutches here. He looks to be okay, just like sometimes you get a bruised knee or, you know, things happen. So he's out of the game for the remainder of the game here tonight. And then, of course, Harley. He's another one of these players.
And another player coming back, right? Isn't there another key player coming back? He's out of his boot now.
Yeah, coach is very happy to have probably their best defensive player. And the crowd gives him an applause.
Yeah.
We're talking about a big Pablo in the middle there. Pablo Cadena, the senior. He'll be back here right around the maybe against Laredo, maybe, but for sure for the district opener. We hope that Harley's okay. He's got his family there with him, and they're going to check him out. Hopefully we'll hear good news on him.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted if there's anything that pops up. What are the up-and-coming players here for Weslaco High?
All right, 1:03 remaining. First half. Weslaco has the ball. And they have it down around the 20-yard line, trying to get it into the red zone. Again, a moment where everybody just, takes a breath and says,
you have to refocus.
Yeah, got to refocus.
You got to refocus and get what you were doing.
Even as broadcasters. Sepulveda has the ball, will roll to his left, tries to find a man open, and gets it down to about the 2-yard line. So that was a nice play, a gain of about 18 to Carlos Ochoa. He had a catch just a few minutes ago. That was, I believe, his first catch of the year. Now gets his second one.
There's a flag, though, away as a first down, but there's going to be probably a legal man downfield because, remember, as an offensive lineman, you wait until the play is run, and then you take off to go block downfield. I don't think Sepulveda had taken off yet.
All right.
And so I think they're going to call an offensive lineman down the field. We'll see in a minute here. We'll see if they call it. I mean, remember, he was moving. It looks like the Panthers are moving back.
10. Ineligible man downfield. Offense, number 55. 5 yards previous spot.
Yeah, that's on your center.
Go third down.
It's not his fault. I'm going to defend my center here.
Okay.
So basically, you see what happens here. As an offensive lineman, you're waiting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, go. I'm going to run downfield. I didn't see him running forward on the replay. I could be wrong, but that means he took off to go make a block, but he hadn't run. He was ahead of the quarterback, I guess you could say, and there was a pass play. So that's where your penalty comes in.
So clock is running inside the final minute of the first half. 3rd and 15 after the penalty. There's Andy Sepulveda. Probably going to pass the ball. Goes back to his 40. Sees nobody open. Still running, still looking for a receiver. Now we'll get it up toward the end zone. Lofts it up there, out of bounds. And again, just good protection. You always like to talk about the linemen. They did a nice job, but again, just nobody open. Give the defensive backfield some credit.
Yep.
And
hey, Elizondo's catching everything.
He caught it out of bounds.
He caught it on the track.
Yeah.
That's where it was at. Good catch. He told Coach, I'm not dropping any single balls thrown my way, no matter where they are.
So 23 seconds remaining, 4th and 15. I guess you just try to throw it in the end zone. And,
yeah, I mean, you
don't give much time left, under 20 seconds to the other team.
If you have a play
if you don't score,
that you worked on, maybe some vertical, what they call verticals, that kind of stuff, maybe this is the time.
All right, so you can't get a first down at the 15. Sepulveda, again, has got time, very mobile. Control on the run, gets it to about the 26. Well short of the first down by about 12 yards. Ethan Cardenas can at least get some more stats, right?
Right. Yeah, you're going to get a few more yards on it. But, it's good to see Ethan. It's good to see Ochoa also out there.
There's Ethan.
Yeah, they've been able to be involved in this offense. They're giving targets here had all day to throw,
but
basically.
you got to like something here, especially we like to talk about this because you're a former offensive lineman. Really a lot of time for Sepulveda on those last 2 plays.
Yeah,
the line did a great job, right?
Yeah, they were playing everybody obviously back, probably in some sort of a nickel, even dime defense to try to prevent the deep ball. But hey, that offensive line held up.
Yeah.
Maybe they gave too much time. Is that even fair to say? Yeah.
Too much time on my hands. That's an old Styx song.
Too much time for that offense. Never a bad thing to have.
All right. And they are just going to take the knee. JT Santa Maria says we'll play for another day.
Right.
And again, good first half for Weslaco. Eli Rodriguez, a couple touchdowns. Andy Sepulveda, a couple touchdowns. And
it's looked good, too.
Yeah, we're going to go to halftime with Weslaco 2-0 against Edinburgh 0-2, non-district action. And we are here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field, along with Football Fred and the rest of the KWES crew. I'm Scott Harrison. We'll have halftime festivities, but right now, Weslaco goes to the locker room ahead 27-7. This is a KWES production.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome you to another wonderful season featuring our Bobcat Band. Tonight, we will be performing a portion of our 2023 program entitled Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, featuring the 20th Century Fox fanfare by Alfred Newman, Hooray for Hollywood by Johnny Mercer, Glenn Mercer, and Richard Whitting, There's No Business Like Show Business by Irving Berlin, and Fame by Dean Pitchford and Michael Gore. We would like to take this opportunity to wish the Weslaco Panther Corps the best of luck this season. Our section of the week is the tubas. Our rhino of the week is Fernando Ramos, and our rookie of the week is Argenesis Zamora. Our guard members of the week are Brittany Pina and Gianna Rodriguez. Our drum majors this year are Jasmine Torres, Mia Luna, and Alessandra Lopez. And now, get ready for the best show in Texas on a Friday night. The big, the bad, the red and blue. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Edinburgh. Our Edinburgh High School Bobcat Band. The Edinburgh High School Bobcat Band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Rogers. Directors are Amanda Enriquez, Jorge Martinez, Ivory Molleda, Jonathan Padron, and Melanie Perez. Staff includes Leo Acampa, Ray Cantu, Jesus Flores, Rosalie Garcia, Eric Martinez, Cesar Moreno, Isaiah Murillo, Miles Robledo, Jorge Ruiz, Margarito Torres, and Carla Villegas. Our principal is Mr. Dominic Benya. Thank you again for all of your support, and how about that Bobcat Band?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome onto the field, the award-winning Weslaco High School Dreamettes. The Dreamettes are under the direction of Mrs. Raquel Alvarado Rico. Introducing our 2023-2024 Dreamette officers. 4th Lieutenant Alea Lara. 3rd Lieutenant Natalie Cabrera. 2nd Lieutenant Vanessa Mireles. 1st Lieutenant Caitlin De La Rosa. Captain Savannah Rico. And our 2023-2024 Dreamette Major Trinity Solis. Social officers include Dalia Gaspar, Aisa Sanchez, Julianne Bulnes. Dreamette of the Week, Ava Olivares. Officer of the Week, Alea Lara. And our Director's Choice, Aymar Gonzalez. Sit back and enjoy a pro-style palm routine to come together.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's halftime performance. Taking the field is the award-winning Weslaco Panther Corps. The Panther Corps is under the field direction of head drum major Lily Garza, assistant drum majors Reynaldo Cavazos and Carolina Salas Mancias. Pace setter officers are Captain Emily Martinez, Co-Captain Cibriana Navarro, First Lieutenant Corina Olvera, Second Lieutenant Jolinda Mireles. The Weslaco High School Panther Corps would like to congratulate Panther Corps alumni Mia Ramirez for being named one of the first 2 drum majors for the all-new UTRGV Vaquero Marching Band. Congratulations, Mia, and good luck. Tonight, the Panther Corps will be performing their 2023 UIL Pigskin Marching Production After Dark. Please welcome the Weslaco Panther Corps.
Located right across the street from the stadium. Hey, after the game, stop by where you can order a delicious variety of lunches and taquitos, including bistec, trompo, fajitas, tripas, and more. Halftime scores brought to you by Taqueria El Compayito. As we get ready for kickoff, we would like to acknowledge our kickoff sponsor, Ranch House Burgers, located on 1015. The home of some great variety of mouth-watering burgers, Ranch House Burgers.
Tweet.
There's Coach Roy Stroman, head coach of the Weslaco Panthers. We are live from Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field. It's non-district Texas football action. 32-6A, the Weslaco Panthers, the home team, and they are taking on the 31-6A Edinburgh Bobcats. And the Bobcats so far 0-2 this season. Weslaco 2-0. Weslaco leads at halftime right now by the score of 27-7. And it was Eli Rodriguez. He now has 6 touchdowns on the season. He's rushed for 2 in this game, running back for Weslaco. Andy Sepulveda, he also has rushed for a couple touchdowns. Only touchdown for Edinburgh, JT Santa Maria. He threw one to Jude Vega. That was a touchdown reception for Vega, his second of the season. Actually, only the second touchdown via the pass this season for the Bobcats. Again, Scott Harrison with our friend and great analyst, football Fred. Fred, what do you think of the first half?
Well, you know, it's exactly what Coach Stroman wanted to see. I don't know about Coach Guzman on the other side, right? But Weslaco, exactly what you're doing on offense. Keep it going, and then your defense. Hey, let's see how we attack now. As just in the few drives before, especially in this first and second half, Edinburgh High start to open up the offense, spread them out, and then do Santa Maria short passing. Let's see how they adjust to that.
Weslaco will be getting ready to get things underway. Again, we see right now Edinburgh in their red, white, and blue uniforms. 4 high schools in the Edinburgh area, primary high schools.
Those are by the way, the colors, the traditional classic colors that Edinburgh High has been known for. Now, these 2 schools back in the day were one of the only schools, around there. A lot of these valley schools were just single city, single high schools. Now, obviously, that's changed, and not just in Weslaco.
Well, Edinburgh shares their stadium.
3 other
schools.
Yeah, but these schools are throwbacks, if you would, to the original schools that have been around for a long time.
Weslaco will receive the ball to begin the second half. Again, they'll have a couple more non-district games. One away against Sherrylands Rattlers next Friday.
Yep.
And then United Laredo will be back here in a couple weeks. And here is the kickoff to begin the second half. Weslaco will get the ball at the 32-yard line. Ryan Gonzalez has it, and he will be down at the 35-yard line. And now let us see the starting offensive lineup for the Weslaco Panthers.
Andres Sepúlveda, Eli Rodriguez, Abraham Garces, Diego Zavala, Diego Salazar, Julian Longoria, Andy Munoz,
Justin Elizondo,
Felipe Bruneda,
Aiden Morales,
Frank Treviño.
Mental health and well-being begins with Dr. Daniel Lozano, former athlete and proud alum of Weslaco ISD.
Andy Sepúlveda at quarterback, with him a running back, and this time it is going to be a running play, going to get about 8 yards, but it is not Eli Rodriguez. It happens to be Freddy Reza. We've seen him before, and so we'll see if Gonzalez plays in the second half.
Yeah, Freddy Reza is a very good running back. I mean, they sometimes put him together back there. Now Eli isn't out there for the first play here of the second half. But again, maybe they just want to give Reza a little bit more work. That's just what the non-district for is anyway.
So it's going to be second down and 2. Sepúlveda again still in there. Again, last week I believe he rushed for a couple touchdowns and also threw a touchdown pass.
Right.
And this time he's going to run the ball, and he is going to get the first down a lot more. Gets the better part of 10 yards.
Yeah, when they need a play, we've said this before, they need a play. They like to have their quarterback, Andres Sepúlveda, do the work. We call him Andy for short. You watch him here. Wants to throw it up, going to keep it. Again, the middle was wide open, led by Freddy Reza in the hole. Freddy was one of their lead blockers on that play.
We saw 0 Nick Gonzalez. Haven't called his number much, and he's a dangerous player.
Very much.
Had 6 interceptions last year, 3 interceptions this year, and a couple deflected passes, but they've kept him at bay so far. Sepúlveda tries to get the ball off, and it is a reception down to about the 25-yard line. Pickup of about 23 on that play, and that was a nice pass, and that went over to, Rodriguez?
Yeah, Eli. Out of the backfield, watch the old tightrope. First of all, you got to catch it on the edge of the out of bounds, and then stay in bounds. Man, what balance. Oh,
okay.
I was going to say, yeah, sometimes when you're that close to the sideline, it's real. It comes real tight there.
The reason I'm laughing, the way the official came in, it sounded like we had a 3-man booth.
That's right.
It sounded like the Monday Night Football, right? The old days, the classic days.
Yeah, you guys don't know what you're talking about. It's in the stepped out of bounds a long time ago. Yeah,
we appreciate your contribution, Mr. White Hat.
Yeah.
All right, it is going to be second down. Ball at the 47-yard line. And this time it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be Rodriguez, and he is going to be very close to the first down, maybe a yard short.
Yeah, and Rodriguez, when he gets going, he's a tough guy to bring down. We keep saying that, and really watch him here. They kind of get him early, but then he still keeps going. You got to wrap around his legs or whatever you can find and grab on.
Yeah, and Bernie Elizondo, a defensive lineman, did a nice job of that. So it's going to be about 3 yards for the first down. And Rodriguez has it, and
that's
he is
a face
going to
mask.
be
That's a
tackled
face.
by Gonzalez, and we haven't mentioned his name much, but this time sounds like maybe for a negative.
Yeah, that's a big face mask. That's a matter of fact. That is, you know, when you're running and you're trying to chase, and the only thing visible is the face mask, and you say, well, I better tackle him through there. That's a 15-yarder.
During the play. Purple foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 0. 15 yards from the run. Automatic first down.
You're grabbing, you're trying to make the play. And Nick Gonzalez is a heck of a player. It just, he felt he was losing the battle here. He just goes up and grabs the face mask because he saw it on the replay. Yeah, he might have still tackled him if he didn't grasp that.
Oh, look at that.
That's a nice sign, huh?
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Very classy. We talked about that in the pregame show, right? Very classy around here. All right, it is going to be 1st and 10. The ball at the 27-yard line, moving toward the end zone, the north end zone, away from the scoreboard here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. And Reza has it again, and he is going to be in for the first down, picked up about 12 or 13 down to the 15 in the red zone.
You know, when you bring a back like Rodriguez and then you bring in Reza, and they're both successful, well, they're good runners, but it's happening up in the front. That's where the offensive line, everybody going the opposite way and falling to the ground.
Gonzalez among those in on the tackle.
Yeah, he had to come over from his side on the opposite side to make a tackle. It's going to be a timeout here.
Player may be down.
And again, this is the third quarter. This is where the cramping usually starts. Now, you've had it's been an unusual game to say the least. We started late and, you know, weather delay and all these other things.
Of course, we lost power here for about 20 minutes.
Right, so that's, you know, Andy Munoz coming off. He's a big addition to this offensive line. Remember, there's only 2 seniors on this offensive line. Your center and your left tackle.
And who are they?
Your center is number 55 is Abraham Garces. On the other side, your left tackle, Diego Zavala. Those are the only 2 seniors. Everybody else are either juniors or below. So, you know, that offensive line is different from last year. They've got some young players.
And on the lines, aren't our players a lot bigger than theirs? You were talking to me on the phone today about how the center wasn't that big for Edinburgh.
Right. So on the defensive side, especially for Edinburgh, on the offense, I'm sorry, for Edinburgh, and Weslaco High's defense, that's what the size is very noticeable.
And this is going to be a running play, very noticeable, that Reza is going to get a nice gain. He was at the 15, gets to about the 8 or 9, picks up 6 or 7.
And it's good to start establishing what you have in Reza. Watch him, nothing fancy here, just right up the middle, and he pops out to the left-hand side and makes a good play. You know, it's good to say, I was saying, it's good to know that if you want to have a breather for Eli, you can have a good backup runner and even starter at this point, Reza, as he's shown tonight.
Isaac Mendoza in on the tackle. And again, it's going to be 2nd down and about 5. Reza has it, and he'll only pick up a couple yards this time. In on the tackle, R.J. Ramirez, it looks like.
Yeah, so they're comfortable with giving a breather to Eli. Just let him kind of take it easy here, and then
Diego Gonzalez.
Let him kind of do all the hard work here early on anyway.
All right, so it is going to be now 3rd down, about 3. Got to get to just about the 5-yard line, but the clock is moving. Already, Weslaco has used the first 4 minutes of this quarter, used a third of it up already. And here's Sepulveda. He will roll. He will look toward the end zone and just out of the reach of the intended receiver. And that happened to be Aiden Morales, a guy that you like.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that played defense. But, you know, when the coach says, hey, we need a player here, he said, Coach, let's do it. Let's make it happen. I will say, nice defensive play there to come up at the last second there by Isaiah Cisneros, young sophomore, makes up and puts his hand up. It looks like he deflected just a little bit of the ball, enough to get it away from the receiver there.
Now, it's 7:47 left. You bring in the jumbo package, get it, Jumbo Jet, never mind. But again, all right. All right, here we go. It's going to be Eli Rodriguez, and he gets rolling, and he may go all the way. He does, and it is a touchdown. So he goes a total of 8 yards on that play, and he gets his 3rd touchdown of the night and his 7th of the season.
Well, he's fresh because Reza did all the hard work early on to set him up, and then you bring in your closer, right, in baseball. You bring in your closer to close it up, and boy, he shows you the speed. He cuts inside, and then he's got the ability to go outside, and when he goes outside, that's it. He's got that speed to really break away. Two Bobcats couldn't get there. Again, a trouble with the snap here. The ball was snapped high, and Ethan couldn't bring it down, missed the extra point.
So we do have 7:38 remaining here in the third quarter. And on the opening series, it's a touchdown for Weslaco. They lead Edinburgh 33-7. This is a KWES production. I guess one of the things Coach Stroman will really want to work on the off week is special teams, especially on extra points.
Well, definitely. Yeah, you know, you write these things down, and Coach says, "Oh, I don't forget them. I don't write them down. I don't forget." Yeah, that's what our coaches do. Yeah, I have to write them down. No, coaches remember, and you know, it's a mechanics thing. Whoever's snapping the ball is getting a little too high. Ethan Cardenas is your holder. And he tries to put it down, and that's just the mechanics of it is all wrong. The timing is down. So by the time Betancourt comes in and kicks it, that's what you get, a short kick.
And that drive, the opening drive, took 4 minutes and 22 seconds off the clock.
Panthers showing up, right? They're flexing out. Look at that, flex cam.
All right.
Now they're doing a good job up there to be able to show off these future Panthers.
That's right.
Future Lady Panthers.
Panthers in training.
Yeah, they're coming up the ranks, and a lot of good talent here in the city of Weslaco.
Frankie Trevino getting ready to kick off for Weslaco as Edinburgh will get their first possession of the second half. Ball goes up, and it's going to be picked up at the 5-yard line. Ball will be returned, and it looks like Vega gets it down to about the 15. So even though one of their faster guys got the ball, on special teams, the defenders got down there quickly and made it minimal gain.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that. That looks to be Ethan Calderon.
Okay, is that what it was?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. He did. Now there's a flag.
All right.
On this side, the Panthers sideline, close to it.
Here's the return. Block in the back. Receiving team, number 6. Half digits goal. First down.
So they'll probably be inside their own 10.
Yeah, this is a big play. This is exactly what Coach Guzman did not want to see. You know, we asked
that's the only yellow I like seeing. See the pom-poms?
That's right.
Don't like to see those penalty flags.
No,
like to see, except, I guess, in that case, if you're a Weslaco fan.
That's right.
You want to see Edinburgh move back. But overall, you don't want to see a lot of penalties in the game.
You know, we talked to Coach Guzman about things that he wanted to do. He said, look, we want to eliminate mistakes. That has been doing us
New
in.
quarterback alert.
Yeah, quarterback Islas now, the senior quarterback is in there.
That's right. About his second or third time to get an attempt. And this time, a few yards picked up on that carry.
Hanks is involved there.
Right.
We had some other guys coming up and making some plays.
And, of course, that was their big running back still in there, Ryan Abrego.
Marcus Valdez, watch him kind of cut back. Again, he's another guy you got to wrap yourself around because if you don't,
well,
RJ was out there as well.
And pick up on that, play about 7 yards from about the 8 to the 15. And again, Johnny Eastless in there at quarterback. Tall guy, well over 6 foot. He's going to throw this time, and it will be very close to a first down. And that time, it was Ethan Calderon, the one who returned the kickoff, very close to a first down.
Different really positions. I mean, they're quarterback, same position, but they bring different traits. Santa Maria can throw, but he's more of a runner.
Yeah.
While Islas will primarily stay in the pocket, just like you saw there, and trying to get done with the arm. So that's what you get when you see it. And I asked Coach, what do you do that? And he says, well, it just depends on what we're trying to do and the circumstances. Just sometimes it dictates to that.
Both Santa Maria and Islas coming into this game had lost a fumble this season. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And this time he's going to keep the ball, and he will pick up a few yards. Not near as mobile, though, as Santa Maria.
Right, and you can tell that that's his strength. He will be standing in the pocket, kind of overseeing over everybody and getting the ball down the field. But don't get me wrong, doesn't mean that he won't try to run.
Yeah.
You know, it's his game is the passing game.
And he hasn't had much chance to pass this season. Coming into the game, 1 of 2 for 4 yards.
Right, it's tough to kind of come in cold. And just kind of throw all over the place, you know.
So it's 2nd down and 7. This time a running play, and Abrego will fall ahead for a couple.
Nice tackle there, classic bookmark tackle, if you ever seen one, is Marcus Valdez. Yeah, that's the way you tackle. And if I was to show a video of how to do it, what you go low and then go backwards. Middle area is where you want to put the pressure on and go backwards, and that's what he was able to do there.
So 3rd down and maybe a long 4. Clock running. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Each team has had a possession. Weslaco scored on theirs.
Hey, the band, yeah. Proud aunt. Congratulations to the band. You know, they come out here too. They practice a lot, and so congratulations to them.
Eastless running with the ball, almost intercepted. And guess what? Chris Luna almost got his 2nd pick of the night.
Yeah, Luna needs to stop doing that. He's going to make the highlight reel over again, all over again. You know, that's one of the things that he can do. And this is what you want him to do. You want him to throw the ball. Why? This is why. They have those athletes in the back that they feel, the Panthers feel, that's where they have an advantage.
It's 4th down. Are they going to go for it?
I believe so. I mean,
deep in their own territory.
Maybe Islas drops back here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe not.
Right now, it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Got about 4 or 5 to go for the 1st down. Man in motion. No, he's going to kick it. And the ball will roll, and it's going to be good position for the Panthers. They'll get it at about their own 45-yard line. What did you think of that play?
Yeah, Santa Maria, when we're talking to Coach, you know, he's known for being creative, and when we said that, he smiled.
So Santa Maria came back in?
Yeah, he smiled, and he kind of knows that we know that he likes to do that. So he uses his quarterbacks to do the punting, which we've seen all the time. But he wasn't really saying that. He was like, well, I got this guy,
Yeah, that was cute.
But I said, hey, Coach, you usually use your quarterbacks. You know, you've seen that, and he smiles, and he goes, yeah, you guys, I guess you guys got me, I guess.
So the ball is back at the 45-yard line. Weslaco, they're a 2nd series of the 2nd half. They begin with 4:27 remaining, and it's going to be a running play for Reza, and also new quarterback alert.
Yeah.
Landon Solis is in there.
Well, this is great, and the reason I say it is not because we don't want to see Andy. I think Andy has shown enough tonight.
He has.
And so the same thing with Eli Rodriguez. I think that's a good move. I think we need to see what Landon can do.
Well, Landon this season so far is 1 for 1 for 25 yards and a touchdown in the opener against Mercedes, and he threw a touchdown pass to Jaden Garcia.
Yeah, let him run the offense with all the starting offensive line and all your players. He's got the wide receiver core. That's the official wide receiver core.
So Reza picked up 3, 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 47-yard line. That looked like a little bit of a problem with the handoff, but it'll still pick up a couple. And we'll see who ran the ball this time.
Yeah, it looks like Reza.
Is it Reza?
Yeah, Reza is still in there.
Yeah.
You know, they have the Panthers have a bunch of other running backs that you see Landon here give up. This is what you were talking about. They kind of bump into each other a little bit. I think that was the issue.
Yeah, that was the issue. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Picked up a couple on that broken play, we'll call it.
So he's got his offensive line out there starting. He's got his offensive receivers. Just the only guys that are out there that are playing is really Solis and Reza. Those are the only other 2 guys that are not the original starters.
Clock continues to run. 3 minutes. Another handoff, and this is going to be a 1st down. Nice play by Reza. Needed 5, got just about that.
That's great to see. I mean, I'll be honest with you, that is fantastic to see. When you see a running game like this means that this offensive line has been dominating, and they've been doing a great job of opening holes. Whoever's back there, whether it's Reza, whether it's Eli, whether it's Sepulveda, whoever's running.
Now they've had the ball for over half of this quarter so far. We're talking about Weslaco. Sure. And they're having the clock run. And in a while, if there's any scores you want to give, we'll let you do that too.
We're going to look at that. We're going to see what we have. Kind of looking ahead here.
All right. Reza has it this time. He's only going to pick up a couple. And he will move the ball. We'll say gets about 2, maybe 2 on that play. So it's going to be, well, a little more than that. We'll say 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 ball at the 40-yard line in Edinburgh territory. Under 2 minutes remaining. We've had some long 3rd quarters this year, but this will not be one of them.
Yeah, this one seems to have kind of scooted along pretty nicely.
Fans sticking in there, though. Another good crowd for Weslaco.
Landon wants to throw.
Landon's going to throw this time. And, oh, just off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Jaden Garcia. Remember, that's the man he connected with in the Mercedes game with the 25-yard touchdown.
And they're going to need him. They're going to need him to be part of this offense. Talking about Jaden, just the fact, because when they lost Jeremiah, they lost the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, Salinas is out maybe for the season. We'll have to see, but he's definitely out for a while. It's going to be now 3rd down and about 6, ball at the 40-yard line. Damien's family again with their little poster board. And Reza has it. He's going to fall short, picks up a few, needs a couple more. I think they'll probably go for it on 4th down, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. You're in no man's land. You're too far for a field goal. You're probably too close to punt. So you just go for it and turn it over. Your defense has been playing great. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, I was just thinking it's Parents' Night, so a lot of these folks have their cutouts and their posters. So congratulations to all the parents. And maybe you weren't able to make it out here tonight. We're happy you're with us here tonight.
Yeah.
But it's Parents' Night. A lot of the families are out and having a good time. Picked a good night to do so. No doubt your athletes are proud.
4th down, we'll call it 3. Could be the last play of the quarter. Reza has it, and he is going to get the 1st down to about the 31-yard line. Had to get to the 34, picked up an extra few, picked up about 5 or 6, and that is going to be close to the end of this quarter. We'll see.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that'll probably bring it down to. They don't. Looks like I'm looking at the clock, the play clock, and there's about a 4 or 5 second difference. So they don't have to snap it anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
And they won't. So there was 1 touchdown in this quarter by Eli Rodriguez. And again, Weslaco has increased their lead, 33-7. There's Coach Stroman as we head to the 4th quarter. This is a KWES production. Well, the fans are happy.
Going to the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Anytime you got a lead like this. And we also appreciate all the Edinburgh fans that made the trip tonight. Quite a few did.
Gave you something to ponder on. How's this? Los Fresnos and PSG High. That game at half was tied 14-13. So that's interesting.
Yes.
PSG High, Los Fresnos. Obviously, it's interesting for you Weslaco fans. Hey, by the way, I also wanted to say hi and a big hello to the folks that are tuning in from Edinburgh. Coach Guzman made sure that he got the link to follow us on KWES and his family.
Well,
all the folks couldn't come. Say hi to them, too.
His sister, Dina, does some physical therapy for my stepmother. So I see his sister quite often. Dina Lopez does a great job, so hello to her tonight if she's listening.
Nice.
And again, we have a running play to begin the 4th quarter. And we'll pick up a few yards. Let's see who's in there now.
That's Josiah Alvarez. Now, this is a young man that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Now, Josiah is interesting because the only time we saw him play, and watch him run hard here.
Yeah, he got about 5 yards, too.
Right up the middle. This is basically running back number 3 for the Panthers. Now, he's a senior. The thing about him is he had a nice, we'll call it, when they played the scrimmages, he was all over the field, especially in the backfield, and he showed some things.
Ball's at the 26-yard line in Bobcat territory. Weslaco moving toward the scoreboard side of the field, and there's going to be a whistle.
Part of the snap. Ball start. Offense, number 66, 5 yards. 2nd down.
All right, do we have a lot of new linemen in football?
No, the offense is still in there. Matter of fact, it's happy to see Munoz in there. That's good to see him. On the screen, you obviously see the superintendent, Mr. Rivera. For many of us, remember that went to school here where he was our president. He was our principal for a long time. Remember him as that? You might remember him as a teacher, but to Weslaco ISD today, he is a superintendent. A big hello to him, too.
So the ball will move back to about the 36-yard line. Have to get it close to the 22-23-yard line for the 1st down. And we have 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I wanted to see.
Now,
this.
again, we're going to have some more.
Yeah, back and forth.
I don't know what's going on here
You
now.
give me 5, I'll give you 5 back. How's
All right.
that? That's basically
right.
what we've been doing for the last 4 minutes here.
All right, well, all I can tell you now is it's going to be, I think, 2nd down and 9. Okay.
Okay, that's about the only
Yeah.
thing we can tell you for now. So a lot of moving back and forth. Most of the, except for the quarterback and running back, they're different players. The offensive line.
Good look at Landon.
Yeah, and the receivers are still intact. Your starting ones, and the offensive line is still intact.
So Landon is going to keep it, and he is going to get down to the 1st down all the way to about the 13. So he picks up about 20 yards on that quarterback keeper.
And that's going to be another hold here. It looks like that's away from here. It looks like it's going to be on Weslaco again. It's a great run by Landon. Yeah, it really was.
Great bow on that little girl, huh?
Hey, that takes some time to do, my
Yeah.
friend. I remember doing that with my daughter. Boy, I didn't do it from scratch, but just getting it all together. you know?
Holding. Offense. Number 5. 5 yards from 10 yards from the spot. 2nd down.
How hard is it with a quarterback that doesn't play that much if you're an offensive lineman, since you once were one, to have a quarterback come in and then adjust quickly?
Well, all you would do is turn around and tell me, "Are you ready?" And he looks at you with this scared look on his face. He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, yeah, I think he might need a couple of plays. You might need 1 or 2 plays." There's nothing better than throwing a quick pass and completing it, or having him do what he just did, run with it to get him going. You know, once that now you've got things going.
It's good to see the mobility of Landon. We've seen him have the ability both this season and last season to throw touchdown passes in his limited play. And before the ball can get snapped on 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
And
First time out of the half.
Coach wants to talk about this. I mean, there's things that are going on.
The reason, and you do this, and I know you're going to say this, but I'll just get to it first so you can expound on it. The reason you take this timeout, it looks like the game may be decided, but this is a learning timeout, right?
Yes. Yes, this is exactly what it is. As a matter of fact, Coach can say, "Look, guys, last time, he's going to go back a play or 2. We lined up in the wrong. I told you this was the play, and you lined up on another, right? That's one thing. And then you have a bunch of guys now, especially at your quarterback and running back spot, who are new to this. So Coach Sprang say, "Hey, when this happens, hey, Abraham, hey, Diego, whoever, right, his team captains or his captains on the offensive line, talk to him. Tell him what he needs to do. It's not that he doesn't know. You have to remind him because he doesn't do it as often."
These guys are
future Panthers. Yeah, future Panthers.
Yeah, future Panthers.
Yeah, the W. That's right.
They're saying, "Put us on TV."
You're on TV.
Yeah.
Those guys eventually will
They're
be
saying,
on the field.
The one guy wants to flex with you, all right? He's saying,
"Yeah,
I got pretty good size arms too."
If I were to do that, I would hurt myself. Young crowd here this evening.
It's great to see young fans out enjoying something like this. Something good and wholesome.
They worked all week long in school. Now they're here. Great.
All right, a running play. No, a pass play. Play action pass. And that is going to be good for a touchdown. That play is going to go 32 yards. And on the reception, it was Jaden Garcia.
All right, so with this. That's called the bomb.
Yeah.
Look where he puts the ball. I think I could have, no, I wouldn't have caught it, but he caught it. That's what matters. Look where the ball lands. Boom. In stride, right in between the one and the hands. Man, what a throw by Landon.
So Landon now has 2 touchdown passes to Jaden this season. One in the Mercedes game, one in this game.
Extra point was good.
Yeah, extra point is good. And as we have 9:25 remaining in regulation, Weslaco now up over Edinburgh 40-7. This is a KWES production. So Landon, I remember last year in the opening game threw a touchdown pass. He was like 1 for 1. And this year, in limited time, he's thrown a couple touchdown passes. So he makes the most of his time.
That's right. Coach, when I'm out there, I'll do my best. I really mean it. I mean it. I'm going to do my best. You know, it's good to see him out there. I know that the game has already been controlled, but we know as you prepare for the what's coming, right? For the district games, it's good to know that if everything was to happen, you never wish it upon any athlete. But if it does, okay, I remember what he was able to do, right? What he did good against Edinburgh. I remember he did this well. You know, you go back to a point of reference basically and say, hey, remember, Landon, what you did against Edinburgh? This is what you did. We're gonna use that. If you have to use them, And that's a teachable moment, and that's what Coach Stroman does a lot of.
Right.
He'll go back and say, hey, remember this game? Remember when we put you in this spot and you did this and you did that? It's a teachable moment. These coaches are all teachers. They're motivators and they're leaders, but they're teachers as well.
And Frankie is going to get it off there, and it will be returned. Good field position to about the 35-yard line on that play. And carrying the ball was Jose Venegas.
Yeah. Now, whatever happens from here on out, it doesn't matter what happens from here on out, but I will tell you this. This is impressive. This is game 3. Weslaco High has given up. We're what? How many? It's 9 minutes in, left for the fourth quarter, right?
Yes, sir.
They've only given up 7 points. What did they give up last game against South? They didn't give a offensive touchdown. The points came off of a miscue on.
There was no offensive touchdowns.
On special teams.
No offensive touchdowns
against Mercedes.
In Mercedes, that was that scoreless game. That was a 34-0 win.
Wow, that's impressive.
So it is 1st and 10. Going to be a running play and just a couple yards on that play. Looked like it was, let's double check.
Yeah, number 25.
Yeah, you talked about him.
Yeah,
Lemarion Wilson.
Yeah, Lemarion Wilson. He doesn't get used a lot, but I thought that tonight we were going to see him. Maybe not this late.
He's a wide receiver, kind of a jet sweep.
I thought we were going to use him earlier. I thought he was going to get used a lot earlier, but not to be tonight.
Who's in the quarterback now?
So you have Isla still in there.
Isla is in there. Okay.
Yeah, I think
maybe he'll go the rest of the night.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they're going to do.
All right. And Islas will pass, and that time, in and out of the hands, it was Wilson, and back on defense, it was Mateo Gomez.
Yeah, when he's out there, Wilson, they're going to try to get him the ball. He can create some space. If you can get him in space and try to make a play, and it just wait here. He had to wait. See the pump once? Mm-hmm. That was because the defensive end.
Wilson looked upset in the replay.
Yeah, well, they had to wait. He made his break, and then as soon as he saw the defensive end jump up,
right,
that held Isla the pump.
I like the cutouts for the cheerleaders too. Not just for players, for the cheerleaders too.
They're bringing everything out tonight.
The parents really did their duties. All right, here's another pass play. Receiver is open, and it's going to go to near midfield. So pick up on that play of about 13 yards. And on the reception, it was Ethan Calderon.
Yeah, they're trying to get Ethan rolling here. It's great to see him involved in this offense. And you have other guys now already playing also on the defensive side. Looks like on the opposite side you have here Luna. On the other side, looks like you have Jaden Garcia. Here comes the pressure.
Some pressure, but ball is caught, and it's going to be a gain of a few yards. And on that particular reception, it was Jude Vega.
Mention some of the guys that have come in for the Panthers. Maldonado's in there. Looks to be like Rodriguez is in there on the defensive side as well. Yeah, I'm trying to look away from here, and it looks like number 1, Jaden Garcia, who plays some defense.
Yeah, I think Jaden's made a couple tackles here.
He's out there as well.
Yeah. All right, here's another pass play. It will be good for the first down. Vega knew exactly where he had to be to get the first down and stepped out before he took a big hit.
Another young player out there playing corner is Bo Cuellar.
He has an interception this season.
Yeah, he's out there as well, involved now playing the inside slot on the right side. So, yeah, they're bringing in different guys. This is a good time to give them some experience.
Yeah. Ball in Weslaco territory, moving toward the north, away from the scoreboard here in the 4th. It's at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Midway through the final quarter, Weslaco up 40-7. Another pass play, and it'll be overthrown. Intended receiver on that particular play was Jose Venegas. He's a senior.
Marcus Valdez, number 42. This is another play that he doesn't really necessarily tip the ball, but he's so disruptive. It happened on the play earlier to Wilson, and it happened here again. He goes up, and he times a jump, and he makes Islas pump, and that pump is enough to throw the timing off on the pass play. Good play by 42.
So it is going to be 2nd down now, 2nd down and 10. Play action pass. Pass is good to Vega, and he will be out about 8 yards up the field. It looked like among those in on the tackle was Bo Cuellar.
Yeah, Bo Cuellar is out there now. You have Devin Estebanes is out there as well, another young linebacker. playing quite a bit here this evening.
Also, Jaden Garcia is in on that tackle. And this is going to be another pass play. It'll be good. It looks like for the first down. We'll have to wait and see the mark. And it will be not by much. Ethan Calderon on the reception.
And there's Luna again. That guy's been on all sorts of highlight moments.
Well,
here
he had
this
one
evening.
Interception, almost a second one.
And good tackle there by him. So he's been all over the field. Young sophomore, really. Remember, he's just a young sophomore.
First and 10, ball at the 30-yard line in Weslaco territory. Clock moving. And again, here's the snap, long throw. Overthrows the intended receiver, Jude Vega.
A couple of Panthers back there. Obviously, Jaden Garcia is one of those out there. You have a couple of other guys, Joseph Leal, who I thought could also play not just defense, but can play some offense. And Coach said, yeah, we've kind of moved him in and out.
By the way, in the opening game of the season, Jude Vega caught 5 passes for 129 yards and a touchdown, so he's got some skill.
Yep, no, he does. And it's impressive to see how the Panthers have slowed this down. I mean, they've been able to take some of their big playmakers out of this ballgame.
Second down and 10. Rolls to the right. Reception is good for 5 yards. Steps out of bound. Luis Cisneros. And he is a junior wide receiver. First time we called his name tonight.
Yeah, so the Bobcats, Coach Guzman and the staff are doing the same thing. You know, they're going to empty out some of their other guys to get some playing experience. Sure, the time to do it.
Yeah, it's good. And on defense, we saw Art Gonzalez, too, right there, number 35. This time, ball will be moved ahead. And it was a nice reception. Luis Cisneros. And the ball was at the 30. Now it is going to be, let's see the gain on this.
Yeah, it was
down to about the 5. It pick up about 25 yards.
Yeah, so they're moving the ball. Again, this is what they wanted to do, and they started doing this back in the second half.
Right.
I'm sorry, the second quarter. And
saving the touchdown, by the way, was Bo Cuellar.
Yeah, going out there quickly getting the receiver, spreading you out, and trying to run through the middle if they
First and goal at about the 5. Ball will be thrown toward the end zone, but not within the grasp of the intended receiver. Ethan Calderon, a lot of pressure that time by the Panthers.
Yeah, he had to get rid of it. Garza was coming. Lon Hernandez was coming. R.G. Guzman was coming.
What do you think about this young quarterback?
You know, he's a guy that I think works well with what Coach Guzman wants to do.
Yeah.
But you have another athlete as Santa Maria is, which is tough to pick. But I like the fact that he says, look, just depends on what we need him for, and we'll bring him in. And you do the same with Santa Maria. I think it's a good compliment.
Johnny Easelis, I believe this is his most action in a game this season so far. Calderon in motion. And now he will try to throw the ball in the end zone. It would have been a tight fit to Luis Cisneros. Luis Cisneros was guarded that time by Jaden Garcia.
So Jaden pulling double duty tonight, playing the wide receiver. He's done a good job there. And he's doing a fantastic job as well here playing the corner.
So the ball now looks to be about at the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal to go. A couple of the players out there. Ryan Abrego still playing the running back, their star running back, number 1. And of course, the quarterback, Johnny Easelis, and he is a senior. Runner in motion, and there's a lot of pressure this time, and there's going to be a big sack. Wow, a couple players in there, I believe, 35 and 31?
Yeah, the blitz.
Yeah, and that would have been Devin Estevanis, and also that would have been Art Gonzalez.
Yeah, they came off quickly. Shut out of a cannon, maybe even. Yeah, they got there.
Look at them.
Yeah, they said, hey, good job there, 31. Good job, 35.
Yep.
Yeah, they did a good job. They're getting some valuable experience here.
That's going to be a loss of a better part of 10 yards. It'll be 4th and goal to go, back around the 17-yard line. Obviously, you'll go for it.
You're going to have to kind of move up here. You got 5 seconds on the play clock.
And a man in motion. And before they got it off, there was
timeout,
a timeout, all right.
Yeah, clock was running, and I think Coach Guzman said, hey, before they back us up even more.
Edinburgh, their first time out of the half.
Well, do you know much about our next opponent? I called them the Pioneers. Apologize for that earlier. The Sherryland Rattlers.
The Rattlers. Well, we played them last year. Coach Krell good guy. We'll
Yeah,
talk
the
to
son
him.
is the quarterback.
The son is the quarterback.
Bo
And-
yesterday had 3 touchdowns, 2 passing.
We
and 1
remember
run.
him from last year. Young man. He's the coach, the son
Yeah.
of the coach. So, he knows his offense. I think the offense runs through Bo.
Yeah.
They've got some good athletes. They always do in Charlotte. I mean, they always do.
We're on the road, too.
And it's our first time heading back into Thompson Stadium out
Right.
there in
Yeah.
Charlotte. It should be fun. Hey, is it possible from now to order a nice little cool front maybe to come in? Can we do that now? Can we start applying
Are you saying
for
that we may be doing this game outdoors?
There's the facilities. First of all, you're going to like the stadium a lot.
Yeah, I've been there before.
It's a nice
Yeah,
stadium,
is,
right?
It is.
Yeah,
it
it's a nice stadium. I don't think so. They have the facilities to be able to host somebody if need be. But you know me, you know you. We're going to request if possible. We want to be amongst the crowd and amongst the people. It's going to be a packed house.
All right.
That I will tell you.
I know our
Weslaco
fans
travels
travel.
well, and Sherryland's side of the other side of the field is a little smaller.
And if we turn the ball over, or if the ball turns over on downs, I do want to mention our staff. But I do want to mention that we do have the post-game show coming up with our director, Carlos Robledo, who runs KWES. We appreciate all he does. And, of course, our buddy Mike Gonzalez. He helps us out with stats sometimes at the games, and he'll be doing the post-game show in just a moment. But right now it's 4th down, and we'll have to see if they can make it into the end zone from the 18-yard line. Obviously, spread formation, man in motion, and we'll see if anybody can get open. And one receiver was open for a moment, but could not get it over to him, and that was Jude Vega. So as we turn the ball over, let's run down some of our snap tonight. And we want to thank our studio director, Mike Palacios. What?
Did he play tonight?
Yeah, did he play? Yeah, actually he also plays for Mercedes. That's an inside joke. But again, we had lost power. He had to get all the equipment running again. So again, he gets a gold star just for that alone.
He needed a hydration timeout.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Joe Leal runs our audio, and please be nice tonight. It's been a long night. Don't say anything negative about him being a 49er fan. I know you want to.
What?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Never.
All right, and we'll go run down more of the staff here in a second. Again, Solis out there has got a couple backs. It's going to be 1st and 10. Weslaco at their own 18. It will be a handoff, and this time the ball will go to about the 32-yard line. It looks like it's close to a 1st down, and that's Ethan Cardenas, right? He's done a lot of pass receiving, but he ran the ball. Of course, all these great shots tonight. Our videographers doing a great job. Vinny Barry, Val Zamora, Don Ramirez, Amadeo Moronis. We appreciate them. Our new graphics artist this year doing a great job.
Did we already say hi to Ayatollah Rock and Roll?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
right. All right, you're talking about Don. And again, streaming it tonight, we have Ralph doing it. We always appreciate what he does.
Ralph's a good guy.
Yeah.
Just don't tell him, would you?
And again, replay, Adrian De Leon. Now we'll have a 2nd down coming up. Actually, 1st down. They got the 1st down on that last play. And it's going to be a running play.
Josiah. It's one of these
Who's
guys.
that? Who's got that
the
guy?
running back. Josiah. That's number 26. That's Josiah Alvarez. I thought we should see him a little bit more. He's obviously, Eli is your starter.
Well, he got a few yards. And again, Ralph Carces, we appreciate what he does. And of course, our KWES secretary gets us all our paperwork, our rosters, and of course, that is Amina Garcia. So, you got anything to say special to anybody here? Again, no Joe Leal jokes.
No
okay?
Joe Leal jokes. Well, and then I'm a loss for words.
You're out of material. Huh? All right.
I'm out of stuff. I had a bunch of jokes to start off the season, but
all right.
Yeah, since you're limiting me on what I could say.
We are tonight. Another running play. That's going to be close to about 7 yards for the 1st down.
This is good
Alvarez
to see for
again.
Weslaco. Yeah, now you're starting again. Now you're starting to see other guys come up besides Josiah. You had other guys coming in and spell some of these big offensive linemen. Joaquin Arce, a young player coming in there as well, playing the center spot. So he's a good one to watch. Also, Matthew Vasquez, a junior offensive lineman. He's in there now. So you're starting to get to trickle some of these other guys already on the offensive line, giving the other guys
1st and 10 ball at the 39-yard line. And again, this time, Alvarez will be tackled for no gain. All right, so Weslaco's going to improve to 3-0 non-district.
Right.
And Edinburgh's going to drop to 0-3.
Right.
And again, Sherryland coming up. And again, also Laredo. We lost in Laredo to United last year.
Right.
So a good test, right? A good solid
This
non-district schedule.
I think every game we've done, every game we've played so far, the 3 that we have been a part of, they brought different challenges. Started with Mercedes, then with South, and then with this evening.
Okay, this is the victory formation.
Yeah. So I think this is what you're seeing. What you're seeing tonight is the best team we've seen so far. Next week it goes up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Notch goes up a little higher.
All right, so again, Eli Rodriguez, 2 touchdowns rushing in the first half, 1 in the second half. Also, Andy for a couple touchdowns in the first half. The only score for the visitors, it was JT Santa Maria to Jude Vega on a touchdown pass. And we also saw Landon Solis come and connect on a touchdown pass in the second half.
He did well.
To Jaden Garcia,
Yeah,
right.
I think he did well. No, I think he did well tonight. I think we saw what he can do if need be.
And again, a non-district game, 32-6A for our guys, 31-6A for Edinburgh, and that does it. Any quick words before we gotta go?
I think what Coach Sherman wanted to see tonight is what he got. He got some movement forward, and they just roam. Let's get into next week.
All right, the post-game show coming up with Carlos Robledo and also Mike Gonzalez. Appreciate again all the great work of the KWES staff. Some challenges tonight, but they were up for it. Final score once again here at Bobby Lackey Stadium, Texas National Bank Field. It was the Weslaco Panthers over the Edinburgh Bobcats, 40-7. For Football Fred, I'm Scott Harrison. Stand by for the post-game show. This is a KWES production.